Australia granted me permanent residency even though physically I'm not in Australia. So how did I do that? This is PR 189 Visa Skilled Independent. My application was offshore. I was in New Zealand but I'm not a New Zealand citizen. Didn't use any partnership, didn't use any employer to sponsor me. This is all by myself being a registered nurse. Welcome back again guys to my vlog. This is a very informative video again guys. This is all about nursing, Australia, and PR pathway. This video is my PR pathway to Australia. This is all for the New Zealand registered nurse or NZRN na gustong lumipat sa Australia pero hindi pa New Zealand citizen. Since it's a long process, kaya isa-isahin muna natin. If hindi pa kayo AURN, simulan nyo muna sa AHPRA, which is step 1 yon. I have a separate blog about trans-Tasman conversion of New Zealand RN to Australian RN. Then, saka nyo balikan tong ANMAC, which is ang step 2 ng ating PR to Australia. This whole video is all about ANMAC Process, which is part ng whole PR application ko. Also, we will discuss EOI points calculation sa mga susunod na vlog. Just to give you a little bit of my career background, I was originally a Philippine RN first. I started my nursing practice 2014 till now. I moved to New Zealand during pandemic times, August 2020. Even New Zealand border was closed and have a very strict COVID restrictions. My entry visa to New Zealand was visitor's visa and did my CAP, then converted my visitor's visa to working visa when I got job offer from a small privately owned rest home where I worked for a year. Then I moved to DHB, which is the public hospital or government hospital of New Zealand in Tauranga. I worked for almost 3 years there before I've decided to try and move to Australia. I converted my NZRN to AURN since 2021, but that time I don't have any plans yet to move to Australia because I really enjoyed New Zealand. That's why I didn't do the ANMAC yet till 2023 when I finally decided to move. Same year, 2023, I was granted PR. Then May 2024, I'm in Australia now with my life partner and living here permanently. Big disclaimer, I'm not an expert, I'm not an immigration advisor, I don't have agency. My pathway may or may not fit or work for you because these are all from my personal experience and nursing background. My case is very simple, no dependents, no complications. I did my own research based on my case and I carefully followed the instructions. This is a very important process of your life because you will deal legally and involves immigration. Your future in Australia depends on this, so do at your own risk. I heard not everyone applied were granted PR. Some were denied for some reason, so please still seek professional advice if unsure. I cannot help you legally because I am not an expert. I will not do any advice in your situation as I only studied my own case. But I'm still happy to show you what I did and what worked for me. So first of all, what is ANMAC? Australian Nursing and Midwifery Accreditation Council. So ang ANMAC is skilled migration services assess the skills of nurses and midwives who want to migrate to Australia under the General Skilled Migration Program. So ANMAC is the independent assessing authority authorized by the law to conduct this assessment by the Department of Home Affairs and Department of Education and Training. So ina-acknowledge ng Department of Home Affairs, which is yung immigration ng Australia, yung assessment ng ANMAC. So, just for comparison, what's the difference of AHPRA and ANMAC? They are both assessing body, but AHPRA is responsible for our registration and nursing licenses in Australia, while ANMAC is a skills assessment authority for the purpose of migration. So basically, AHPRA is for our nursing licenses like our AURN license, but ANMAC if we want to migrate to Australia, like for immigration purpose. So let's begin. Just type ANMAC, ANMAC. Then the website, their official website will come up right away on the top. Just click on that. Take note that their website is currently undergoing scheduled maintenance, but rest assured this does not affect your ability to apply for skills assessment. Scroll down and you need to click the skilled migrant category. Then apply for assessment. We are under the Nursing and Midwifery Skills Assessment. Since we're already AURN, so we just need to be in the Modified Skills Assessment. Take time to read first because it gives you an overview with the time frame of application, approval time, and fees, which is $395 AUD. It says here 20 minutes of online application, but document preparation are not included. And the current approval wait time after submission is 5 to 6 weeks. Scroll down, it shows you the steps to apply. Again, take time to read and plan it all first. Each step shows you the estimated time. My personal advice, gather all the documents needed first before creating your account, because creation of online account will just take few minutes, and you just need to answer the online form and attach all the requirements. Another main reason, to avoid account deletion, you will need to submit your application and pay for your assessment within 1 month of creating your account. So, if you're not ready yet with all of your documents and you don't have the money yet to pay the fees, then don't create your account yet. Follow all the steps carefully to ensure your application is processed smoothly and without delays. Let's discuss this one by one. Step 1 is checking your eligibility. So if you are AURN through NMBA or AHPRA, then you are eligible to apply. Step 2 is just an overview of what you need to know. These are all the requirements needed and the fees. We will discuss it more of this on Step 3. Step 3 is prepare the documents. Number 1 of the requirement is proof of identity, which is basically our passport. Front page of our passport, which includes our name and picture and signature. Also, a high-quality passport-style photograph of yourself taken in the last 6 months. For the proof of education, it's our graduation certificate or diploma, our TOR or transcript of records, and all the relevant qualifications in Australia. I submitted my Philippine diploma, transcript of records, and my CAP certificate or my competency assessment program certificate. So take note, certified true copies are not needed here. Just upload high quality scan or photo. For the proof of registration, you don't need to send it because they will check with the authority directly. But if overseas, like PHRN, NZRN, or if you have professional licenses in Singapore or Saudi or different parts of the world, you need to request your nursing council to send this to ANMAC with their official email address or send it via post. Same page below, they provided their official email address and post address. In my case, I only need to do PHRN and NZRN. With PHRN, it's the PRC. Since I'm in New Zealand that time, I used doc router services to process my certificate of good standing. I'm not sure if you can do it online as of this time because in my experience last year, 2023, I need to use a third-party services like the doc router just to submit it. It took few days for them to receive because PRC sent it via snail mail. However, they've told me that they've sent it via email too. With the NZRN, it's the Nursing Council of New Zealand. This is very easy. Just go on to the Nursing Council of New Zealand website, then log in. After logging in, on the right side, you will see I want to request a verification letter, and you will click on that. Just fill it out with the verification type. Choose overseas because ANMAC is the one requesting. So it's outside New Zealand, that's why it's overseas. Then regulatory authority, put ANMAC. Then no need for the contact, but for the email, just put the ANMAC email address that they provided. Then submit form. For the next one, proof of work experience. For me, personally, this is the hardest and the longest, the most trickiest part. You need professional references for your work experiences. Since I am aiming for 8 years of experience and above for more PR points, in my case, I have total of 5 employers for the past 10 years. Meaning, I need to provide 5 different professional references just to get all the 8 years and above experience. Because below 8 years gives you lower points compared to more than 8 years. But, for example, if you just have one employer for the past 8 years or more, it will be much easier because you just need to provide one. So this is case-to-case basis, depends on your experience. So yeah, in my case, I have 5 employers, which is much harder. Professional references should be from a registered nurse who has supervised you in your role, can be your head nurse, nurse manager, chief nurse, supervisor. So let's discuss the letter format. If you will click the resources on the right side, it will show you everything you need. Give time to read all of these resources, guys, because all the important instructions are in here. I'll tell more about the ANSCO code later, but for now, the professional reference letter information. It's all in here. All the instructions needed for the reference letter are in here. If you require ANMAC to assess your work experience, you must upload a professional reference letter for each period of employment. So, 1 letter per employment. So, this is my own professional reference letter that I've submitted to the ANMAC. A professional reference letter is a written statement issued by your employer confirming your employment on an official letterhead. The official letterhead should include the organization's full address details, telephone, email, and web addresses. The letter must be composed and signed by your direct manager or supervisor. I'll try to discuss one of each using my own reference letter. All professional reference letters must include number 1, official company letterhead. Letterhead should include the organization's full address details, telephone, email, and web addresses. Number 2, your full name. Third is the working hours per week. Tell your referee to include this to the reference letter. Like for example, you do 40 hours per week, 32 hours per week. In my case, I'm 0.8 FTE or full-time equivalent, which is equivalent to 64 hours per fortnight or 32 hours per week. Number 4 on the list, it should include the start and finish dates of employment. In my case, I was still working in DHB when I applied ANMAC, so my end date was until present. But for your previous employment, your referee should include your start and finish dates. Number 5 is your position held at the organization. My referee just include my position as a registered nurse and my organization's name, which is the Bay of Plenty District Health Board or DHB. My referee also includes my area, which is Ward 3B, and just describe our ward specialty, which is we are surgical ward specialty in vascular surgeries. Next will be the detailed about your clinical skills and competencies in your role. Generic content and position descriptions are not sufficient. My referee tells more about my job in general. Basically, she listed my key duties and responsibilities as a registered nurse in our ward. At the end of the letter, she also mentioned my unique personal qualities as a co-worker. It's a reference letter, so technically, ANMAC cannot question anything how your referee will describe you. That will be your referee's personal opinion. As ANMAC says here, generic content and position description are not sufficient. So ANMAC wanted personal opinions from referees. For the last part of the professional reference letter, your referee should include their position title and signature. Also, your references need to have contact information for each referee, including their official workplace email address and the contact telephone number for the organization. In my case, working in DHB as a registered nurse, we all have our own workplace email address. My referee put her personal number in case ANMAC will contact her. However, the letter includes the hospital phone number anyway, so that will be the organization telephone number. Since this is a formal letter, the letter should address to ANMAC. Professional references are not payslip, tax certificates, job descriptions, service and human resource statements. So, unfortunately, yung mga COE natin sa Pinas, sa Philippines, hindi ganun yung gusto ng ANMAC. Hindi ganun yung professional references. Please note, professional reference letters that do not meet all the above requirements will not be assessed. Professional reference letters with duties copied directly from ANSCO code definition list or from another reference letter will not be accepted. So technically, ANMAC doesn't want copy-paste. The last part that I will discuss in this reference letter is the ANSCO code. This is part of my official ANMAC result. All my work experiences since I started practicing that I've declared were here. These are the ANSCO code I'm talking about. You need to include an ANSCO code when you complete your application in the Skills Assessment Portal. This code will decide which area of nursing or midwifery you can use on your visa application. The code you select will need to match your work experience. Going back to the professional reference letter, my referee included my ANSCO code as well. So every registered nurse role in your employment, you need to determine the ANSCO code under that specialty or under that role. You can pick a code that is supported by your work experience or pick a general code if you do not have any work experience. Take note, If you choose a code which does not match your experience, we will need to contact you and it may delay your application. To understand more about the ANSCO codes, the ANMAC in their website provided some links from the Australian Bureau of Statistics and the Home Affairs Skilled Occupations list. Also, they have it on their website. If you click this list of ANSCO codes, it will show all the ANSCO codes in each RN roles, even their description. You just need to choose the right code that matches your experience. If you believe your experience is not represented by one of the codes listed above, or you do not have any work experience yet, please use this code. Also, anything more than 5 years of experience will be under this code. The best example that I could give is my own experience. They use NEC ANSCO code for my experience more than 5 years old, even though I declared a certain ANSCO code for my previous roles. Once you're finished with all the needed requirements and documents, and you have the money to pay the fee, it's time now to register and pay. I am not a new applicant anymore, so I cannot show you the step-by-step, but it's very straightforward. Just follow these steps. Create a new account if you are a new applicant. You just need to complete the online form, basically your personal details, then pay the fees via credit or debit. Then, you should receive a confirmation email of your application and payment. Contact ANMAC if you haven't received within 24 hours. Also, always take note of your reference number in case you need to contact ANMAC. Step 5. Once you have an account, you can upload all the documents under My Account. Ensure all the documents meet the required quality. And make sure to save your application, then submit once you're completed. Last step, always check your email for any updates on your assessment, and ANMAC will email you if additional documents or information are needed. But please note, you will not hear anything from ANMAC for at least 6 weeks. You can also check your application status by logging into the Skilled Migrant Application portal. Once it's all done, ANMAC will send it via email, and this is the outcome letter, and it will be valid for 2 years from the date of issue. And lastly, if you have any doubts and questions, just don't hesitate to contact ANMAC, okay? And that's all, guys, for the ANMAC process. To the one watching right now, I have a very small favor from you. If you like this informative video and it's helpful to you, to show your support, please like and subscribe to encourage and inspire me to do more of this kind of video. It will help me a lot. It seems overwhelming, but if you do your own timeline and planning, step by step, slowly but surely, you will finish this. All the best, guys! Next vlog will be EOI calculation and EOI application to invitation to apply. Thank you for watching! See you on my next vlog!